It's the end of another day, day two, from Amsterdam to Rome. It's begun, it's underway. We're on day two, and it is a long leg of the trip, probably about 3,000 kilometers. So I do expect this will take me probably about a month to finish. Um, but it's not something which is on my mind really. The distance, I mean, it's just one of those things that you just take it day by day. Um, you know, that's actually kind of a really cool thing about cycling. Well, traveling, cycling is that you're never really thinking too far ahead. Or at least I'm not. Probably should think a little bit further ahead sometimes, but yeah, I'm usually so focused on what's happening right in front of me. I don't really perceive how far I'm actually going to go. So yeah, I'm not counting down the days or kilometers or anything. I'm just taking it day by day. So today I ended up in a small village called Swolgen, I think it is, and it's actually right on the border with Germany. So I'm following a river called the Maas or the Moose. I'm not sure how to say it. It's spelled differently in different languages, but this river kind of comes down through Netherlands and into Belgium, and it's next to the Rhine River, which is one of the biggest rivers in Europe, which I thought I was going to be following, but actually, no, I'm following this smaller one next to it, which is fine. But yeah, I'm right on the border with Germany, and yeah, heading eventually, probably well tomorrow, I'll pass through Maastricht, I think it is how you say it. I have trouble with that noise that the Dutch seem to love, but Maastricht is the next big town I'm going to go through in Holland, and then after that it'll be into Belgium, I think. But today, I didn't take any truffles this morning, so today was a completely clean day, and I woke up at normal time, but I decided kind of upon waking that I didn't want to stuff around and leave so late as I have been for most of this trip, leaving camp around 10 a.m. or so. I was sick of that and I wanted to try something new, so I decided that today I was going to pack up straight away and hit the road. So I was out of the campsite by 8:30, which I thought was pretty alright. It's early for me anyway. And I cycled for about an hour and a half before I stopped and had breakfast at 10. And yeah, I was feeling pretty drowsy for that first like hour and a half, not having any coffee and empty stomach. So I did probably 30k before 10, which was a good way to start. And it was nice to sit and have a coffee and have some breakfast on the side of a road, and had a table and a bit of a nice view over the river. So I liked it. And I'll try and do it again tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to test that out for a few days and see if that's a better way of touring for me. Um, yeah, but first impression was it worked well. Um, and so yeah, I had another kind of boring, flat, kind of winding day. But like between crossing over the river, I probably crossed the river probably 10 times today, and some of those crossings were on bridges, but a lot of them were on ferries. So yeah, I caught quite a few ferries today, which was the first one was kind of fun. And then after 5 of them, you start to get a bit sick of it. So by the end of the day, I was trying to figure out ways of crossing the river without having to catch ferries. And fun fact here in Holland, they do charge cyclists for the ferries, although it's only €1.20. It's pretty cheap, but still, when you catch 10 of them, it does start to slowly add up. It was a really cool thing in Norway how all the ferries, the car ferries anyway, didn't charge cyclists anything. So a bit different here, but it is fun to be back on the ferries again after a few weeks away. And I was feeling a lot better today. Yesterday I was feeling quite flat, and I think I'm about maybe 80% recovered from the cold now. Still got a bit of phlegm, but feeling a bit more energetic and a bit more just holistically better. Recovering from that, which was a nice change because today was quite good actually. It was a really nice sunny day. Can't really expect anything else. Anything better than that, from Netherlands, and it was actually so sunny I got a bit sunburnt, as you might be able to tell, and working on my tan lines here. So I will remember to put on some sunscreen tomorrow morning before I set off. I thought I wouldn't have to do that here, but it seems like I've learnt my lesson once again. So I was feeling quite good today, mentally and physically. Just felt a bit stronger. Kind of missed how I was feeling at the start with just like bucket loads of energy, and was able to just power up really big hills in Norway, which was what I needed at the time. But this cold and I guess just a few weeks of bike traveling has made me a bit wary, I suppose. And you can probably see these bags under my eyes as well, which show that. But nothing really of interest else to say today. I've been listening a lot to a podcast the last couple of weeks called A History of Rock Music in 500 Songs, and I was listening to this when I was back home as well, but I kind of made the mistake of trying to start from the very first episode, and there's 200 episodes now, and a lot of them, the episodes start back in the 30s and 40s, and so the first 100 episodes are really obscure artists I've never heard of, and I tried to get into it, but the combination of the songs and the artists being I'd never heard of them, in addition to the fact that the podcast host has a very monotone voice, I found it pretty hard to get into. But the last couple of weeks cycling, I've started just picking out songs that I actually know and like, and so the last couple of weeks I've been listening a lot about the history of the Beatles, which has been really fascinating actually. And today was an episode on some of the songs which were in the Revolver album, and it talks a lot about the the psychedelic influences that the Beatles had the first time they took acid, for example, and how that changed how they started songwriting, and their approach to life in general, I guess. And they also mentioned Carl Jung in the episode, which is the guy whose book I'm reading at the moment as well. So a few things, I guess, in synchronicity with that episode today, and I look forward to learning more about rock and the Beatles specifically, because they're quite fascinating. They're a band that I never really listened to much when I was growing up, because they always seemed very poppy, and a lot of their songs are just about, um, you know, girls that they're trying to sleep with, I guess. Written in a very poppy way, which doesn't really appeal to me, but I do really like the history of how that band kind of transitioned between the different stages of their career, and they're so prolific, and the influence they've had on the music world is quite phenomenal. So it's important to learn a bit about them and all the characters in the band as well. John Lennon, what a character. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of rambling now. But yeah, that's what I've been listening to today. I'm sunburnt, I'm tired, but I'm feeling better, and hopefully feel a bit better tomorrow as well. So I think I'm on the upwards trend now. So just got to keep pedaling, and I'll get there. So yeah, the sun is a very beautiful pink now as the sun is going down. You probably can't really see that, but yeah, it's a nice view. So I'm going to enjoy that and talk to you tomorrow.